Welcome to High School Sports on the Hartford Cable Network. It's a very noisy and exciting Edgewood High School. Tonight we have Joppatowne High School versus Edgewood High School. John Mobley, assistant coach at Havre de Grace, a neighborhood rivalry. Anytime these teams get together, it's always quite fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. The kids live up to it. It's families, coming together and, competitive. And then the thing about it is the kids always get up for it. We don't have to really say much. It's like putting red meat in front of a dog. They're going to get after it no matter what. So we look forward to these kind of games.
So great fun. Havre de Grace leading 13-0 in terms of the Chesapeake, but these two teams, Edgewood and Joppatowne, in a battle for second place.
Yeah, and we're happy because last year we weren't as close last year, but we were fighting as well. But this year the kids have really bought into the defensive concept. We're about defense first, and everything else will take care of itself.
Well, Joppatowne is playing very well, a good game. Now, you lost, Edgewood beat you at Joppatowne earlier, so this is a chance to come back to their place and sort of even the score.
Oh, definitely. And, we told them when we looked at the film that Edgewood wanted it more. They just wanted it more. And, it doesn't matter how many quarters you win, you got to win that one quarter, and that's that fourth quarter, and that's what Edgewood did.
I look at your team and I wonder, how do you win tonight? Who do you depend on?
Well, we've been dependent. It's a team effort. We do have leaders like Kyrie and Allen who we look for our offense, but we're defensive first. That's all we preach and practice, defense first.
Now you're playing at 4 o'clock today, and that's certainly an unusual time for high school basketball. Is that a challenge for your team to get up right after school?
Well, it's a little bit of a challenge, but we've always prepared our kids for any kind of situation and circumstance. It's just a matter of getting themselves mentally prepared for the game and understanding what it takes to win the game.
John Mobley, thank you so much. Hang with me a second. Turn over and talk to Sarah Friedman. Sarah, the head coach here, your first full year as head coach at Edgewood. Took over mid-season last year. Have to ask you the question, being a woman in a male-dominated kind of a world, how do you cope?
There's not much coping. Basketball is basketball, and I'm here to coach. A coach is a coach. I've been in this community, Edgewood community now for 13 years as a teacher. So I know the kids, I have relationships, and I definitely have the respect of my athletes, and that's all I need to coach.
Well, you're an Edgewood native, went to middle school at Edgewood, went to Tech as a high schooler, and you're the AD here at Edgewood. So I saw you sweeping the floor as I came in. I said, hey, you're the AD. You should just sign somebody. You work too hard.
Nah, it's all about the safety of the kids. I definitely want to have a good environment. It is unfortunate that the game is being played so early. It doesn't give us a lot of time to prepare. However, just like we need to be prepared, so do the guys. So I want to make sure that they have everything they need. In all fairness, same as Joppatowne, they had to leave school early as well. So making sure that everybody has what they need, I'll do whatever it is I have to.
I look at your team and I see a team that's a very accomplished team, one that's played well this year. Having that victory at Joppatowne, nothing would be better than defeating your neighborhood rival twice in 1 year.
Yeah, that would be great. Right now we're focused on one game at a time. It just so happens that Joppatowne is the next game. We are prepared. We prepared in practice, but like Coach said, it's going to be whatever team wants it more. I think we both have very talented athletes, but whoever shows up today, whoever out-rebounds the other team, takes care of the ball, has fewer turnovers, that's going to be the team that wins tonight.
And I talk about your team. Who do you depend on? Who's going to lead you tonight?
It's a team effort. It depends. We play our best basketball when everybody shares the ball, so it'll be an interesting game.
It should be great fun, and of course we're talking about the postseason. We're getting ready for that. You're playing out the regular season, but I know that's another game of yours.
Yes, we're definitely looking into playoffs, and every game is important. We're in a battle right now with C. Milton Wright for our conference, so every win is going to put us a step closer to home court advantage. So we're definitely fighting for that.
Very good. Sarah Friedman, thank you so much. John Mobley, thank you as well. Best of luck to both teams. It should be a great one. Neighborhood rivals, Joppatowne versus Edgewood. Don't go away. We're back with the tip-off in just a moment. Well, welcome into Edgewood High School. Bob McCone, this should be a great one. When we talk about neighborhood rivals, Edgewood and Joppatowne, it's like Havre de Grace Aberdeen, it's like Falston Bel Air. It's these two teams get up for each other. You don't have to say much at all.
Not for this game. Just like we did the Aberdeen Edgewood game, the North Hartford Falston game.
Yeah.
This is the big rivalry down here in this part of the county. It's Joppatowne Edgewood.
And these two teams are very good this year. We've had some down seasons, either by Edgewood or by Joppatowne. This year, both teams very good. Edgewood coming in at 7-4 in the Chesapeake, 9-5 overall. Meantime, Joppatowne coming in at 10-4 in the Chesapeake, 11-4 overall. You're seeing the teams being introduced. Here's the Edgewood Rams being introduced. Their starting lineup: number 2, Cameron Edwards; number 3, Naeem Murray; number 4, Omari Johnson; number 5, Travis Dean; and number 20, Isaiah Getz. Joppatowne already having been introduced: number 2, Alan Brown; number 3, Queon Sugg Thompson; number 13, Kyrie Ellis; number 15, George Trey Willinger; and number 22, Khalil Stewart. That's the starting lineups for these two teams. Evenly matched, Bob, evenly sized. Not a whole lot of size for either team, but both, depending on the team concept. Now, to honor our country, here is our national anthem. Great job by the Edgewood Pep Band, led by Brooke Griever. Brooke is a drum major senior here at Edgewood High School, and she's the student leader of this group. Bob, it's always good to see a band like this participate. Sort of adds a flavor to it.
It's a great home court advantage. Look where they're sitting. The second half of the game, Joppatowne is going to have to shoot at that basket. And if you're a Joppatowne player and going to make a free throw, guess which band you're going to be looking at.
Oh, you don't think they would try to distract the Joppatowne shooter? Come on, Bob.
No.
They wouldn't do that, would they? Oh. Yes, they would. Sarah Friedman, the head coach of the Edgewood Rams. Sarah took over mid-season last year. She's now the head coach. This is her first full year. Johnny Brooks, of course, Bob, you and I go so far back with Johnny when he was a great athlete at Haverty Grace. And won the state baseball championship, won the state football championship, went to the region finals in basketball, and now he's coached first at Haverty Grace, then at Aberdeen, and now at Joppatowne.
Signed as a football player to Clemson out of high school.
Yeah, yeah. But, I mean, just a great athlete and a great young man as well. Teaches at Aberdeen and, again, coaches here at Joppatowne. Just about ready for the game to start. Edgewood in the home whites, Joppatowne in the gray and the purple. Going from left to right, it's Edgewood on your screen. Joppatowne right to left. Joppatowne's Kyrie Ellis, number 13, jumping against 20. Isaiah Getz 6'5", and Ellis 6'6". A good matchup here between two angular young men. Ball is tipped, and Edgewood has the ball into the hands of number 2, Cameron Edwards, the 5'8" senior point guard. Edwards, a great three-point shooter, also defender as well, 4 assists and 2.5 steals on the season.
Well, Joppatowne's in a 2-3 zone open up, and Edgewood's kind of in a 2-3 setting, so they get the ball right into the post.
8 seconds to shoot, and the foul. Khalil Stewart sort of bails out Edgewood. Edgewood is coming down to the last few seconds of the shot clock. They'll get the ball with a fresh shot clock.
If you looked at it, it would almost look like a matchup because Edgewood set up in the 2-3 and Joppatowne was in the 2-3, and so they just kind of matched up.
Open for the shot, fakes one way, shoots the next one. Inside the, that was a three-point attempt, out of bounds it would go. That shot was put up by Omari Johnson. Omari shoots 37% from three-point range, Bob. He's the top three-point shooter in the county.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty decent shot when it went up just a little bit, off to the side.
Trey Willinger leading the point guard, number 15, over to number 2, Alan Brown.
Now, Edgewood's also in a 2-3 zone.
Looks like that foul is going to be called on Cameron Edwards, a blocking foul.
Joppatowne is attacking that zone much different than Edgewood attacked theirs. So you're going to see movement. You're going to see cutters. You're going to see people leaving and somebody coming replace them in the spots.
Bob, I don't understand that. I didn't think he was putting up a shot. It looks like they're going to give him 2 free throws.
Yeah, well, you and I must be far away from the...
Misses the first, does Willinger. No score. We're about a minute into the game. Edgewood versus Joppatowne on the Ram floor. Bob, just a beautiful gymnasium. What a great venue.
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, when they built this school, they really did a great job of putting some things into play.
Edgewood down to take the shot from the head of the key. Travis Dean unable to make that shot. Go back to Joppatowne. Here come the Mariners. Joppatowne losing at home to Edgewood by 4, 70-66 early in the year. Looking for 3 off the back of the rim, no good. That shot by Alan Brown, rebound up and good.
Looks like number 22.
Yeah, that's Khalil Stewart.
Yeah.
Making that rebound, so it's a 3-0 lead for Joppatowne. Great block, that's Ellis. Says, get that stuff out of here, Bob.
Yeah, he had it. He got all of it.
Kyrie Ellis, the 6 foot.
It was a nice drive.
Senior. Yeah, it was.
The simple screen
there. Inside, turning, little jump shot.
That's a tough shot when you turn that way.
Travis Dean able to make it on the breakaway, making the basket. That's Alan Brown. Just like that, it's a big 5-0 lead for the visitors. Bob, if you're on the road, that's what you want to do.
Well, my theory was on the road, what you really wanted to do was just do something to quiet the crowd. And you have to play well to do that.
Left-handed reverse layup, no good. Rebound comes off to Ellis. The crowd is held down tonight. It is a 4 o'clock game, and that is unfortunate if you're the home team. A lot of the fans not having a chance to come back out. Tap back out, saved by Joppatowne. Battling for the basketball. Finally, Edgewood comes away with it. That's Cameron Edwards. Edwards driving, no good. Rebound, and he's fouled. That is Isaiah Getz, the 6'5" senior. Fouled as he tried to go up for the shot.
Well, what I'm looking at is, boy, the Joppatowne players love to block shots. So you give them some pump fakes and get them in the air, and you could do some damage.
That foul on Alan Brown, his first, team's second. Shot no good off the back of the rim. Bob, you have that open background too. If you're shooting that way, you talked about if Joppatowne's doing in the second half. It's just tough getting a perspective when you're not used to shooting to an open area.
Well, it's really not. I mean, the stands there help that area. If there were no stands there and it went all the way back, it would really be an open area.
Missing them both. Still no score for Edgewood. Taken away by the Rams. And a foul, and that's probably a good foul on the breakaway. Into the ball game for Edgewood, Christian Corley, who did not start, one of the leaders of this team, but he's in here playing now. Only sat out about 2 minutes, did Corley.
See, that foul bothers me because the only reason he fouled him was to prevent a basket.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, you know, that really should have been a technical.
Good point.
And a flagrant.
That's a good point.
Because that was the only point. He penalized the team who had the advantage and worked to get the advantage.
Yeah.
With that.
Corley with the basketball. Corley driving, puts up the left-handed layup, can't get it to fall. Well, Joppatowne is just playing tough defense, Bob.
Well, they're anything in the middle. They're trying to block the shots, and they're getting up.
Corley gives up the
like that,
shot, and Ellis with the block. My goodness, he's got 2 blocks already. Ellis looking for the pass, didn't get it. Intercepted by Joppatowne. Ellis up and good.
And that was a nice look. That was a nice look.
7-0 now. 7-0. The visitors leading. And Edgewood defeated Joppatowne down at Joppatowne. Mariners would like nothing better than to return the favor. Looking for the 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Edgewood does get the rebound. That was Naeem Murphy with the 3-point attempt. Going to stay here with Edgewood. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Coming in, Cameron Edwards sitting down, number 3. That's Naeem Murphy. New player coming in for Edgewood also. Looks like that's number 30. Yeah, that's Jay Shaw Williams, a 6'4" senior coming in. Rams looking to break into the scoring basket.
Oh, that's a nice play right there. Yes,
it really was. Isaiah Getz converts it.
It's not often you screen a guy from the backside like that.
Right under the basket, picking up the first 2 points.
And get the ball thrown under the basket into for a basket. That's very, very well run.
That one. Ellis unable to get the pass. Looked like he wasn't looking for it, Bob. Good pass.
He was trying to run.
Here's Corley. Outside looking for 3. It's going to be off the side of the rim. No good. That was Cameron.
He just got in the ball game and shot that shot. I mean, he wasn't even warmed up.
Well, Cameron started the game. He sat down a minute ago.
Oh.
Back in the game. Back to the corner. Giving up the 3. Driving up. Still no good. Rebound comes off to Edgewood. And now it's battle for, and finally coming away is Corley.
Edgewood was fortunate there. He got lackadaisical with the ball.
Corley, a leading scorer on this team.
Well, now Edgewood's going to a 1-2-2 attack with guy coming up, set the screen. Oh, he had him on the screen and roll.
Inside it goes. Nice defense by Joppatowne. Looking for the 3. Nice giving out to the open man. Rebounded by Joppatowne. That's George Trey Willinger. Willinger looks like he got a hand to the eye. They're playing 4-on-5. Finally, Willinger gets across. Moving it well. Willinger driving, puts up the short jumper, rolls around, no good. Rebound comes to Edgewood. Here come the Rams on the attack. Driving, Edwards, he's going to be fouled, a hard foul. Goes down, but it looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, that was a hard foul.
Cameron Edwards to shoot 2. Boy, Bob, you come down on that tailbone, and
it hurts.
Who've never had that experience coming down on hardwood. Goodness.
Yeah. The wood doesn't give.
It jars everything in your body.
Although I can truly say I've never fallen in this gym.
No. No, we didn't get to play here. Both Bob and I, alumni of Edgewood, going back to the 1960s. We played in the little bandbox over in the other building, which is no longer there. Edwards with the first point of the game for him. New man in for Edgewood. That's Travis Dean back in the game. Sitting down is Isaiah Getz. 7-3. Joppatowne had sprinted off to a 7-0 lead, and now it's 7-4. New man in the ball game. That's Jay Shaw Williams. Checking. No, I'm sorry. That's James Van Horn for Joppatowne. Taken away by Edgewood. Looked for the pass break. Couldn't get it done. Edwards holds it up. Back to Corley.
That was a very smart move not to make that pass because it would have been stolen.
Driving, block from behind. That's Ellis's 3rd block. Van Horn with the basketball. We'll get a chance to tell you about James Van Horn in a moment. Looking for 3 from the corner. Good! That big 3 by George Trey Willinger. He's got 4. His team now up by 10-4.
That was a nice shot. It was a great spot. They hit him at the right time and just smooth shot to the basket for the 3.
Driving. Ellis looking for the block again. You could tell he was intimidating Edgewood's Travis Dean. Foul's going to be called. I didn't see the foul happen, but apparently the officials did.
Number 11 pushed him, he said. So we'll go with that.
Foul on Riyad Carter, number 11 in the ball game. Dean shooting 2, makes the first. Dean, top scorer on the team. He averages a double-double, Bob. 14 7 points and 12.2 rebounds.
It's nice numbers.
Nice guy to have on your side.
Yep.
10-6 now. Joppatowne has led all the way. They led 7-0.
Joppatowne's in their 1-3-1 offensive set.
Taken away by Edgewood. Good quick hands. That's Johnson. Amari Johnson. Driving. Up and good. That's Cameron Edwards. Edwards saw an opening. Made it to the basket before Ellis could get there.
It was a nice fake, and then he went around the Joppatowne defender, and he all the way to the basket. No one stepped in to stop him.
Back within 2 points now, the Edgewood Rams. Willinger, give it
nice, beautiful play.
Pass. Very unselfishly done. That basket by 11, Marcus Hicks. Check and no by 11, Riyad Carter.
That was nice team basketball right there.
Edwards Good job by Van Horn to get his hand on the ball. James Van Horn, a 4.2 GPA, baseball player, soccer player, basketball player. Bob, the three-sport athlete, maybe a dying breed.
Yeah, I believe so.
Back in the day, of course, we loved playing three sports. Now it's a little different, specialization. Edwards from the corner, no good. Rebound. New man in the ball game. Big number 35 is Darius Jones.
Who,
Willinger for three. That was an NBA three.
That's 2 for 2 for three from him.
Actually, that was Alan Brown with that three-pointer. I thought it was 15. It turned out it was 2. So it's 3 anyhow, and that makes it 15-8. Oh, nice reverse layup. Can't get it to fall. Ellis gets fouled. Looks like Dean a bit frustrated. Takes it out on Ellis and fouls him. A nice move, Bobby, just didn't finish it.
Yeah, it was a nice move. Yeah. All he had to do was finish it.
I tell you, when Ellis is around that basket, though, you tend to be looking for that big number 13.
Well, he really wasn't there. He was actually, there was another guy between him, so he had the shot. It was,
it's like, hey, we're starting. Great job there by Edwards. Off of Van Horn is making the steal. Corley up, misses the shot. Rebound basket. That's a good job by Niam Murphy. Ball didn't even hit the floor. He picked it up and made the shot.
If he'd made a nice bounce pass instead of taking the shot, it would have been a basket before that.
Murphy. Murphy was blocked by the basket, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, what happened was he was fumbling the basketball and got himself under the basket, and when he shot it, it actually hit the underside of the backboard rather than go up toward the rim.
So blocking credit to the underside of the backboard.
Well, you know what you say when you have a bad hands moments, it puts you in a bad spot, and that one did.
Referees Ken Vanderweel, Joe Dominic, and Derek Lyons. Joe Dominic, I was talking to him before the game. I think he's been doing basketball longer than you and I have been around.
You know, I'm not sure.
That band, Bob, for a moment. Sorry about that one.
I'm not sure that he wasn't officiating basketball when my father was around.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Joe's been around a long time.
That's Bob McCone, Joe, that said that, in case you want to send a card or a letter. Yeah, Joe's one of those just great guys who loves doing it. A good official.
Yeah, he does a good job. We had him for the Havre de Grace Aberdeen game.
We did.
And he did a very nice job there.
30 seconds left here in the first period. That lead by Joppatowne at 5. They've led all the way, led 7-0 at one point. Fumbling the ball, losing it, Corley up with it. Corley one man to beat, puts it up and can't get it to the ball. Oh, what a nice rebound. That by Travis Dean. One-handed that layup and rebound. 15-12. Inside pass to Ellis. He's going to be fouled. Foul against Isaiah Getz. Isaiah Getz, a U.S. Army Impact Player of the Week by the County Sports Zone earlier this season.
Okay.
6 seconds left. Time enough to run a play. Into the corner. Looking for three again. And gets it. My goodness, that's Riyad Carter. Left open. He makes that three-pointer and gets it an 18-10 lead here. 18-12, I should say, at the end of the first period. Big basket.
You know, Edgewood was coming along there at the end, and I thought, wow. You know, they're getting into this, they're cutting things, and the next thing you know, they just give them an uncontested three, and they go from 15-12. Instead of down by 3, now they're down by 6 at the end of the quarter.
Well, you're right, Bob. That was totally uncontested. I'm not sure if they didn't see him or they just fell asleep for a moment because he was wide open.
He wasn't hiding, and, you know, I didn't see him in one of those cloaks where, you know, you can't see the person. He was standing right there waiting for the pass. He got it, and bang.
3 3-pointers for Joppatowne in that first period. One by Alan Brown, one by Trey Wellinger, and the other by Riyad Carter. They have that 18-12 lead here after one period. The pep band strikes up the sound. Just great to have them here.
Yes.
And nice to have earphones on, so we're not totally deaf.
It's not killing us as much as it could be.
Great stuff.
Well, I just took mine off, Don, to find out. And they are loud.
They are loud and good.
Oh, they're good. They are loud.
70-66, Edgewood won at Joppatowne. Mariners trying to even the score by coming here to Edgewood and taking one from the homestanding Rams. Trey Willinger gets it across court to Darius Jones.
Kind of a reversal of form here, huh?
Does he step on the out of bounds
Yes,
line?
he does.
Darius Jones has one of those bodies, sort of looks like Tub Bradley back in the day. I think Tub wore number 35.
He's a lot shorter than Tub, but I'll tell you what he looks like. He looks like Mark Ingram of the Ravens.
Oh my goodness, doesn't he? Even facially he does.
Yeah.
You're right. Charles Barkley gives you
He's got that body, that running back body, I'll tell you that.
And it's, I'm going to get out of his way if he's coming my way. Corley driving and gets his first basket.
You mean like the Ravens defense against Derrick Henry and the Titans? Like, let me get out of this guy's way before
I don't want to hit this guy. It hurts. I'll just let him go. I'll fall down. Maybe he'll trip over me. There's Jones driving. Gives it up. Into the hands of Carter. Now Ellis. Ellis cut off. Looking for another three and getting it. That's Riyad Carter, his second three of the night. He's got 8 points.
Ellis did a nice job of screening, but Carter did a better job of taking him one way, then coming back the other way for the screen to rescreen and have himself freed up. And Ellis's man didn't step up to help Carter's man and cost him a three. So now it's a 7-point game.
Jones with the rebound on the air ball by Edgewood.
Travel. Yep.
Yeah, good call by Joe Dominic. Looked like he took that extra step. Kind of got caught between dribbling and passing and driving for the basket.
Yeah. And he ended up having to take an extra half step, and that was the travel. And Joe was all over it.
7 points down now, the Rams.
The Rams need a little run here.
Corley driving block. That block by Ellis again. That's 4 for him.
Corley's like 1 for 5 now on drives.
Yeah.
He had 2 blocked, 2 bricks, and 1 went in.
Bob, you can't score unless you shoot.
Yes. And the way some people shoot, you still can't score.
Nian Murphy.
There's a nice shot right there coming in.
That was a nice shot. Nian Murphy, the senior. Willinger almost loses it. Keeps it alive. Coming up on the 6-minute mark. Ellis cut off, gets it back out front. Looking for another three. That was again Carter, this time just a bit short. Corley with the rebound, driving. No foul call. Gets it back. Murphy stops, starts, turns, shoots, rolls around, won't fall. Tip in, no good. Rebound comes off to Willinger.
This kid's played very, very well, 15. Oh, there was a foul. I mean, wow.
Another Carter looking for another three. That's Riyad Carter. I think I'd want to try to defend him, Bob.
Well, I thought he was out there. You know, you just got to get a little closer and get the hand up a bit higher. But that was again, Carter's stroking the ball right now. And man,
8-point lead. Line drive shot, rebounded by Dean. Dean gets his own rebound.
Dean's working very, very hard.
Travis Dean has 6. Got his team back to within 6. Bob, what a game, huh? This is what we anticipated.
It's an excellent game to watch.
Willinger. Nice drive just to his right hand, but couldn't get it to fall.
He's done so many good things in this ball game.
He's a left-hander, but he shot it right-handed. Dean, reverse layup, intimidated Ellis, knocked away by Dean. Kept alive by Brown. Brown doesn't get the shot, doesn't get the call. Here comes Edgewood on the move. That's Johnson. Omari Johnson stops and pops and makes it. It's a 2-pointer. Johnson, with his first 2 of the night, has his team now back within 3.
That was like watching playground ball for about a minute, just back and forth, and you didn't know which way they're going. And then all of a sudden the 3 goes in, and you say, wow. And
Bob, they must have given him 3, Johnson, because the score now is listed as 24-21. Looked like he was inside the 3-point line, but Hey, I'm old.
Well, I will tell you, Joe Dominic was on a perfect line to see it. He made the call, so
give Amari Johnson a three-pointer.
yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Brings his team, and it really doesn't matter what you or I think, Bob.
I understand that. But if he wasn't right,
the guys,
I would have told you.
You would have, yeah. The guys in the striped shirts will tell us. Here's a replay of it. You'll see, yep, his foot is on the line after he shot.
Shot it, yep, stepped into it.
Great job there in the
See, the official, Joe Dominic, right on top of it.
Why would I even question them? I've never been right before. At least when I'm right, I'm still not right. Inside it goes to Ellis. Taken away. Good job there just in the ball game. Number 13, Tayshawn Fitzgerald. Corley driving, still can't get it full. Nice rebound followed by Getz. But Getz has had a couple of those tonight. Willinger driving, can't get it to fall.
Wow. That wasn't Willinger.
That was Alan Brown.
Yeah, number 2. That was a nice drive. He was right there and just didn't put it in the basket.
Big basket keeps Edgewood within 1 now. Rams were down by 8 at one point just a moment ago. Looks like they've been on a 7-0 run here, Bob. Four minutes exactly left and counting in this half. Corley, pass.
You know, in basketball, on offense, some nights you kind of struggle to make plays and make shots. Defensively, it's all effort. You can do that effort every night. You can do it any night or every night. And so if you play good defense and work really hard defensively and really bother a high school team, your chances of winning go up substantially.
Ellis with a turnaround that just wouldn't fall. Foul there by Willinger, and he's fouled on that foul attempt. First time we've seen Ellis shoot the basketball. He likes playing defense, and scoring is not his main thing. Willinger now will be shooting 2.
Well, we know he can hit the 3. We know he can drive, put the ball in the basket, so.
And he can shoot foul shots.
Shoot free throws. So now guess what? You have to play him. Kid has earned his playing time. You got to give this kid playing time, and they have.
Dean back in the ball game along with the Jay-Sean Williams. Jay-Sean, the 6'4" senior, makes them both. Does Trey Willinger. Willinger was 6. Team back up by 3 now. Corley, leading scorer on the team with just 2 points so far, coming off the bench today.
We're laughing before the game. John Brooks has coached at his alma mater, Havre de Grace. Then he coached at Aberdeen, and now he's at Joppatowne. There's only one school along Route 40 he hasn't been to yet.
And I wouldn't put it past him. That would be Edgewood. Right now, Sarah Friedman doing a great job with the Rams. Dean, open shot. Ellis, right over Ellis. Great job by Dean.
Dean has done a very nice job tonight. He's hustled. He's got some putbacks on offensive glass. He had an excellent shot there. He's fun to watch.
Ellis gets his own rebound. Back out front it comes. That's Carter. Carter for 3.
No, that's number 2, Brown.
It's Alan Brown, thank you. Alan Brown with the basket.
Yeah, Carter's right-handed for the giveaway down.
And he's got a different number, too. Alan Brown now has 8 points. From the corner, high arching three-pointer. Hits the front of the rim, no good. That was Amari Johnson.
It was That's Brown, yeah.
What a great drive. He's now got 10 points.
He's pretty athletic, too.
Team up by 6. Boy, Bob, there's not a non-athlete on the floor. You know, it makes me jealous. They all can jump. Oh, nice drive. Good play. That's Jay-Sean Williams, his first 2 of the night. Bobby took it up 2 hands.
Yeah.
That's a smart thing to do when you're being contested under the basket. Willinger. Short jumper off the back of the rim. Dean with the rebound. Remember, he's that double-double man. That's a double dribble. Wasn't it, Bob?
I'm not sure. I just didn't see it. I couldn't tell you for sure.
Well, it wasn't called, so it wasn't. Nice double team. Dean open. Makes it.
See, he hits that shot. That's a great shot for him at that 15 around that 15 feet area. He's got a nice extension. He gets up high enough to, get it up in the air over people.
Yeah, very impressive. He's now got 6 points here in the second period, a total of 10. We're back within 2. Edgewood has not had the game tied. They've been down by as much as 8. Now they've got a chance with with just a few seconds left here in the first half.
Right.
Here you're going to see the replay, Bob.
Yeah, you see it. It's just very, very nice shot. And that's the second one. The possession a couple before that, he came down and hit one maybe a foot inside that. Same shot, same look.
Nice view from the back, too. You saw how he extended that hand, kept the hand up. Great follow through. I think, Bob, a lot of shooting coaches will tell you the follow through is the key. How you finish.
Hey, I see the traitor, Don. He's over by the door.
The traitor?
Yeah.
The
principal of Edgewood High School.
Kilo Mack, who was a state champion with Joppatowne High School.
Played for Joppatowne High School, graduated from Joppatowne High School. Now he has the honor of being the principal of Edgewood High School, and he loves it.
He kind of snuck in, though.
He did.
He's standing to the side.
And he doesn't have a red shirt. I don't think that's red, that shirt. I think that's orange.
Willinger. Foul is going to be called.
He does such a great job here.
I love the young man. He's just a great principal. He's a student-oriented person.
Look, he's sneaking out now again. I can't take this.
they spotted me. Oh, Willinger going to line. He'll shoot too.
Mr. Mack, what a great, great principal at Edgewood High School.
And he misses that first shot. He's now 2 of 4 on the night from the free throw line. Willinger with 6 points on the night. Makes the second.
This is such an interesting game, Don. It really is. Minute 15 left in the second quarter. Look at this.
Foul is going to be called. I think, yeah.
Now, he just hit 2 jump shots, right? So he fakes like he's going to go shoot the jump shot to freeze the guy, and then tries to go by him, gets fouled.
Khalid Stewart.
Nice move.
Ended up getting a face full of somebody's elbow and got called for the foul.
Yeah.
So now let's see if Dean can convert these 2 free throws. Makes the first. He's 3.
The way he shot those jumpers, I would think he should be a pretty good free throw shooter.
He's got 3 for 3 tonight. Sitting down for the moment is 22, Khalid Stewart. Nice shot of Dean there.
What I am most impressed with in this game, Don, is that both teams, for a lot of this game, have really played team together basketball. And they've given the ball, they've worked the ball, they've screened for each other.
Looking for 3 short that time. That was Brown.
And I say that, and then we take a shot.
The shot was right on line. Just a bit.
It was.
Corley with the drive.
There we go. Now he's in business.
Christian Corley has 4.
Now, see, nobody picked him up. Let him go all the way through the lane. Laid the basketball off. Tie ball game.
He is quick. Yeah, we do have a tie game. Thanks for pointing out, Bob. 35 seconds left. First tie we've had tonight since it was 0-0. Willinger driving. What a nice play by Willinger.
On his strong hands.
22 seconds. Corley misses the three-pointer. That's a bit of a quick shot, Bob.
It was.
Foul is going to be called from behind. Omari Johnson being called with the foul.
Yeah, I don't like a shot that quick. It's you had probably 25 seconds left in the half. The shot clock probably would have been half of that at the worst.
Almost like he thought the time was running out. I don't know if he looked at the clock incorrectly. You're right. 34-32, Joppatowne back with a 2-point lead.
And the ball again, where you had a good chance of getting a better shot than that. Maybe scoring and cutting the time down for Joppatowne.
Inside 10 now. Willinger driving, puts it up right-handed. Willinger, what a shot that was, Bob.
Well, that was
1 second. Oh, it does hit the backboard.
That was an incredible shot.
Yeah, he's a lefty, and he got the cut off by his left hand.
Most lefties in high school don't have that kind of a right hand.
I'm impressed.
So I was very impressed on that.
Willinger down with 11. Also, Carter has, 11 as well for Joppatowne. Here at the half, 36-32. It's a 4-point lead for the visiting Joppatowne Mariners. Don't you go away. This is just a great, great game. You'll see this last shot coming up, and it does hit the backboard, but doesn't go in. So we're at halftime, 36-32. It's the Joppatowne Mariners on top. We'll be right back. Well, we're back with you just in time for the beginning of the second half. Bob, if the second half is anything like the first half, I think we will have earned our price of admission. And since I snuck in without paying, oh wait, I shouldn't have said that.
Well, if it's the same as the first half, Joppatowne will win by 8.
Ah, good point. Your math was always your strong suit. Hey, Bob, while we have a moment, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Kyle Brown. He's a senior at Edgewood, 145-pounder. Tonight, as we're taping this, he is going for his 100th career wrestling win at Edgewood High School, which would make him the first wrestler in the history of this school, going back to the early 1950s or mid-50s, to record 100 wins in a single season. That's pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah. And Edgewood is now 22-8. As a record, that's one of their top records in recent years. Back in the day, of course, under Bill Zimmerman, they had some very successful wrestling teams. So congratulations to the Edgewood wrestlers. Right now, they're more interested in the Edgewood basketball team. Bob, a big game, not only for neighborhood supremacy between Joppatowne and Edgewood, but also for seeding in the playoffs. Edgewood is desperate. They lost to C. Milton Wright the other night, so they're a game behind C. Milton for the #1 seed in the 3A North region.
Yeah, you look at the basketball game, Don, and it hasn't been played like a bitter rivalry. I haven't seen anybody knocked into the stands yet. You know, I haven't seen a hard foul. You know, it's like, hey, we know each other. You know, we're going to play. We play as hard as we can, and executing well in you know, in some situations. So it's Edgewood's ball to start the half.
And I'm told that 3 of the Joppatowne players, or vice versa, 3 of the Edgewood players used to be Joppatowne, and 1 used to be Edgewood, I should say. Sort of like the Aberdeen-Havre de Grace rivalry. That's Dean working, can't get it to fall. The rebound comes off to Joppatowne. That's Jakeem Trent playing for Joppatowne, number 12. First time we've seen him play starting the second half.
Joppatowne and Edgewood are so close, like Aberdeen and Havre de Grace, that kids move at times.
Willinger driving, spins, shoots, rolls around, won't go. Dean, rebound.
No, that's Ellis.
That is Ellis. Dean and Ellis battling for it. Ellis comes down with it and gets the points. I think that's his first points of the night. Let me look. Now he's now got 4. And he'll have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. That foul's going to be charged to Travis Dean. And he makes the shot. Ellis now with 5. His team back up by 7. Inside it goes, back out front and out of bounds. Turnover for Edgewood. Remember, they started the game down 7-0.
Yeah, they're playing like they played at the start of the game.
Coach Sarah Freeman certainly not happy with this way they're starting. Sarah, Mario Scott, Dwayne Howell, and Mike Griffith, her assistant coaches. John Mobley and Victor Orango driving one-hander. That's
now,
by Ellis.
Now Ellis is starting to heat up a little bit in the second half here.
He's got 5 points. His team up by 9 at 41-32. Back out it comes, and it is another turnover.
That's the second no-look pass. He threw the last one out of bounds on the one side. Now he throws it out. You got to look to make the pass. You have to make sure that the guy's still there. The Edgewood player actually was making the right move, repositioning himself to be in an open area.
Mario Scott, the assistant coach, talking to his players, saying, hey, you got to pass to somebody. So now Joppatowne with a chance to really spread it out, up by 9. Looking for the 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Nice look.
Boy, Dean and Ellis had a tremendous battle in there for positioning, and Dean wasn't going to let Ellis get a pass.
Now here's Dean with that shot that he's perfected off the back of the rim this time, though no good. Long rebound comes out to Joppatowne. That's a soaring one-hander by Alan Brown.
I tell you what, that was a pretty soft shot, because I think that's a tough shot.
You talk about that, Bob. It's really the shot du jour for players today, that moving, you know, sort of a still not coming to a stop.
Yeah, that one-hand floater.
Ellis with another block. Foul is going to be called. I'm not sure who is on. Let's see.
All I know is if the Edgewood defense isn't going to stop Joppatowne, that band better strike up.
The band looks like they took a break at halftime. They're getting back into form.
So does Edgewood's offense.
Edwards, that's the first point of the second half, and just like that, the band strikes out. Joppatowne had run off 7 straight points to begin the second period. Dean is going to sit down.
I don't know how much rest he needs, but it better not be a lot.
Shelly Knighton, second shot no good, rebound to Wellinger. Shelly Knightley coming in for Edgewood. Willinger, offensive foul is the call.
Boy, that was a very, very close call.
Willinger was certainly, moving. Was he out of control? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a tough. Either way, it would have been a tough call.
10-point lead for Joppatowne. Biggest lead of the night. Corley, top scorer for the Rams with just 4 points. Top scorer tonight, I should say, for the season. Boy, maintaining control. That looked like something was wrong there. Edgewood will get the basket. That was a discoordinated basket there by Naeem Murphy. But it all counts, Bob.
It does. He threw it up, I don't know how, and it just went up straight down in the basket.
Looked like 2 or 3 times Edgewood was going to lose the ball. Backing in, shooting the ball, no good. Rebound comes off. That was Kyrie Tanner. Check it, no, it was Kenny Edgelona, I'm sorry, Kenny Edgelona, number 14 in the ball game. That's Corley. And who is that? No, that's Edgelona, number 14. And driving one-hander, that's good. That's by Jakeem Prince. And now it is a 10-point lead again. Corley thinks about the three, doesn't. Gets it back. Corley doesn't seem to be anxious to take that three-point shot, Bob.
Well, he took it in the first half and wasn't really making it. And I think they talked to him about, hey, let's get everybody involved. And I think he's trying, at this point to get the team. They're down 10. They need really good shots.
Shelly Knight almost loses it, but it'll stay with Edgewood.
Now we'll see the out-of-bounds play here. Get a good out-of-bounds play, you can score.
4:21 left in the third period. A 10-point deficit for Edgewood. Down by just 4 at the half. There's a nice driving one-hander. That by Cameron Edwards.
That was excellent.
Edwards now with 7.
He had to shoot that left hand down, and he had to get it up higher.
And
Took
again,
a lot of strength for that.
He's a natural right-hander, so being able to put it up like he did. Foul on the floor.
Yeah, it's
that was backing in.
Well,
see, officials are conferring now. Will be Joppatowne basketball player control. Ellis. Back out front it comes to Brown. Ellis puts it up, and it's good.
He's too big and too strong.
Just overpowered
for Jay-Shawn
Williams. Yeah. So the basket is good by Ellis. And just like that, he has 7 points, Bob, in this third period. He had 2 coming into the third period with a chance to make it 8.
7 of the 10. I think they have 10 or maybe 11. But he's got 11.
They have 11, right?
Yeah.
He was 36 to 32 at the half.
Yeah.
Ellis had a 3-point play just a moment ago. Now has his second 3-point play here in the third period. Biggest lead of the night at 11. From the corner, looking for 3, no good. Rebound Brown. Boy, he's a little man among big guys in there. Made that rebound.
That's backcourt, I believe.
That should be backcourt, but it wasn't. Maybe he wasn't all the way across. Foul is going to be called. He looked like he was almost in slow motion by the way he drove.
Yeah.
So he being Allen Brown. Allen with now 12 points on the night. Chance to make it 14, a chance to put his team up by 12. 13, actually. Makes it. So Bob, now he's shooting into that band that we were talking about in the first
Yeah, but they're not.
First half.
I don't think they can play during.
They're not supposed to.
But they could be waving their arms and swinging their sticks and.
Bob, now.
Well, that's legal.
Sportsmanship.
That is sportsmanship.
Isaiah Getz.
Sportsmanship at Duke, right?
That's true. Getz sitting down. Back in the game is Jay Sean Williams, making them both. Well, I'm impressed with Allen Brown. He has played a great game, 14 points. Team up by 13, Bob. Biggest lead of the night. Corley driving, loses possession. Rebound comes to Ellis. Seeing the big man driving the floor, putting it up and good. My goodness, Kyrie Ellis got the rebound, went coast to coast, put it up, and a chance for another three-point play.
He does that on the playground every day. It's
Bob, I'm saying, give it up, big man, give it up. As a coach, you say, yeah, good play.
there are certain big men that can handle the basketball and bring it down and not worry about them.
There's the replay you saw. And he makes his third three-point play.
So now, what is he up to this quarter?
He's got 11 points in this quarter. Total of 13.
So he's outscoring Edgewood 11 to 5.
Yes, you could put it that way. Ellis comes in for the block, gets the foul. According to my stats, 4 blocks in the first half.
Yeah, well, there's almost one more. That doesn't count, though.
Chelly Knighton getting a chance to shoot 2. Knighton, the 5'11" junior, scores his first point of the night. Big point for Edgewood. They had to break that scheme that Joppatowne had going.
What was a very, very good basketball game turned into a Joppatowne juggernaut in the third quarter here. So Edgewood has got to, we've got 3 minutes to get this thing down to about 7 or 8.
14 now. Here comes driving one-hander. Oh my goodness, Allen Brown again.
But they're not stopping anybody at the defensive ends.
No, they're going to say now a dribbling violation against Edgewood.
Yeah, he put it on his hip, so it's a travel or a double dribble or a carry, whatever you want to call it.
Did it right in front of Derek Lyons, the official who called it. Well, you're right. This was a close game. You were thinking that Edgewood would come out and continue the momentum in the second half. It's been all Joppatowne.
I thought we were going to have a great, great second half. And giving Joppatowne credit, I don't know what Coach Brooks said to them at the locker room, but boy, it has sure been different.
Well, I want to take some of that Gatorade that Kyrie Ellis drank at halftime, because he had 2 points in the first half. Now he's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 points. He's got 3 three-point plays, Bob. Not three-point shots, but a basket and a free throw.
Right. Original three-point plays.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, Joppatowne, remember, having lost that game at home against Edgewood early in the season, 70-66. Edgewood desperate for a win because, again, the Chesapeake division is not a chance because Havre de Grace is undefeated, winging away to that title. But now you're looking to postseason seeding, and home court, a big advantage, although not so much tonight.
Well, it is a big advantage because Edgewood's in the same bracket with C. Milton Wright.
Right.
And, they're both very, very close to being, close to the same records. And you got to get an advantage.
Edgewood has games left against Aberdeen, Patterson-Mill, Havre de Grace, Parkville, and North County. So big games left for them. Joppatowne games against Perryville, Hartford Tech, Elkton, C. Milton Wright. So looked at that schedule. If Joppatowne can pull off a win tonight, this could be a springboard for them.
I don't know how they got North County on the schedule. And from Anne Arundel County, it's actually a 4A team and not a 3.
Backcourt is the call.
That's a great call.
Joe Dominic there to make the call.
Kyrie Ellis, he couldn't help it. I mean, he was where he was and couldn't do anything about it because of the way the ball came to him.
Omari Johnson on the great defensive play too, forcing that backcourt.
Well, Edgewood's got to make a run. I mean, it's if they want to get back in this basketball game, they have 2:38 this quarter.
Yep.
To cut this baby down a little bit,
And Corley has to take over the leading scorer for Edgewood with just 4 points tonight coming in, the leading scorer. Travel is the call.
I don't know about that.
It looked like he was just off stride.
No, he made a step back move, that's all.
And then the shot, though, was short of the mark anyhow, so not sure exactly what happened. He's going to sit down. Coming in to take his place is Tayshawn Fitzgerald.
How many fouls does he have?
Not sure.
You know, they just took him out.
Ellis foul with the dunk shot. Tyree Ellis.
Now woke up the crowd. Come down with that flying dunk.
Corley blocked by Ellis. He's fouled before it. Here's a replay. You'll see on this. Watch him come through, get the ball in stride, and down it goes. Wow. He's now got 13 points, does Ellis, in this period alone. 15 total. Corley shooting it left-handed.
You know, Don, it's an 18-point ball game right now.
Yeah.
Now we're not even talking close here. They've been outscored this. Edgewood has been outscored this period 21-8.
Oh, nice block. It'll be Edgewood basketball. Joe Dominic blows the whistle. It will be a Ram ball. Good block there by Isaiah Getz. Officials are going to get together and confer. Looked like almost an inadvertent whistle. The block was made by Getz. He got the basketball. Whistle blew, and now they're going to say it's Joppatowne basketball.
Well, that's good officiating.
Must have stepped on the line.
I mean, that's good officiating.
It was. It looked like Getz had stopped play because maybe he realized he had stepped on the line. Foul is going to be called. Joppatowne doing a great job with that out of bounds, Bob.
I tell you what, that was great athleticism on Brown's part because he took that half fake step right and he blew by him on that first step, and he had no space to do it. And they threw the ball right away, and he got fouled. As soon as he stopped, he got fouled. Johnny Brooks has done an excellent job with out-of-bounds plays. Watching his ball games, I would say this year.
Rebound corralled by Edgewood. Willinger missing that drive. Foul's going to be called.
Well, that's the way.
Naeem Murphy.
I mean, if you can take it to the basket and get fouled, you stop the clock. Now, I don't know if Edgewood can press this team at all. And, you know, if they don't want to do it until late or whatever, but you know, down 17, you need to make them throw some bad passes somewhere.
Murphy rolls around, doesn't get the bounce here at home. Dean back in the ball game. Travis Dean. Sitting down is Tayshawn Fitzgerald. Well, Dean needs to go on a run like Getz or like Ellis is going on here for Joppatowne.
Well, they got to give him the ball. He hasn't played much. Now they took him out twice.
He does get the roll that time.
Here comes the press, and everybody's not in it.
Good job by Joppatowne. Ellis driving, finger roll, doesn't get it, gets his own rebound, throws the ball. Recovered by Edgewood's Murphy. Dean, and he gets the basket and the foul. Travis Dean gets his first 2 points of the second half. Foul is going to be called. Now he has a chance, does Dean, to go for a three-point play. Averaging 14.7 points and 12.3 rebounds. He now has 13 points here late in the third period. Just has a nice stroke, Bob, doesn't he?
He does.
There you see Sarah Friedman, the Edgewood coach. Concerned look on her face. Driving, taking the ball right through the hoop. No foul calls. Good job by Getz to hold his ground. Rams with a chance to cut it from the corner. No good. That's Murphy unable to make the shot.
Lucky they don't take minuses for air balls.
Great pass, not able to convert though. Tap up and in. Looks like the tap by 14, Kyrie, check it, by 14, Kenny Abjolana. 15-point lead. Dean, drive, good. Travis Dean, now he's waking up.
And that's where their money's at.
Still a 13-point lead for Joppatowne. Good job breaking the press. Travel is going to be the call.
Yeah,
nice interception by Edwards, but before he could get the dribble down, he had walked 2 or 3 steps. Good call by the officials. About 3 officials tonight. We see that sometimes in high school, and sometimes it's good. Sometimes you just have more whistles. Tonight they've done a great job.
They have.
Working together.
They really have. And they haven't blown the whistle a lot tonight,
No.
actually. In a major rivalry game, they really haven't blown the whistle a lot.
James Van Horn back in the ball game.
Yeah, they're giving Ellis a break right now. Give him a 30-second rest plus the timeout. Oh, that was a shove.
25 seconds. Shot clock and game clock just about on a par. Looks like Joppatowne may want to hold it for the last shot. Horn, Van Horn from the corner. Van Horn has it just in the ball game. James says, let me get in this party. Puts his team up now by 16 points with 6 seconds left in the third period. 3 seconds. Corley has to put it up and does. It will not go. Looked like Corley was looking for somebody to cut. Finally took a desperation shot. Didn't hit iron, and the period is over. A 16-point lead. What had been a 4-point lead at half now is 16 points for Joppatowne.
Yeah, Corley had a player coming from under the baseline to the corner, and he was looking off to the right-hand side and didn't look on the left where the guy was open.
What a period by Mr. Tyree Ellis. A total of 13 points in that period with 15 on the night. 16 for Alan Brown, 11 for Trey Willinger, and 11 for Riyad Carter. Those the leading scorers for Joppatowne. Meantime, Travis Dean, who had 11 at the half, picked up 5 points at the end of that period. He's got 16, leading the Edgewood scores. So down by 16. Bob, now you've been a coach for a long time. You're down by 16. You've got 8 minutes to make it up. What do? All-out press?
Well, you were trying to do that to cut it. They really were trying to get it down to 10, but when you press and things, whatever, you've got to come back and play defense at your end. You've got to get stops. Because if you don't get a stop, the best you can do is keep the score the same if you go down and score. Unless you're throwing threes up and they're throwing twos. But if you're up 14 or 16, it takes a long time by 1 point at a time to get it. So you got to play defense at the one end. And Joppatowne's just been getting better shots. They've been getting better shots because of the lack of defense inside the 15-foot mark.
They have truly been impressive, has Joppatowne all game long, but especially in that third period. Little short one-hander, won't go. Rebound comes off to Dean. Here comes Edgewood. Corley into the corner. Back out to Dean. Dean driving. Up, can't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound, gets the basket.
That's the impressive thing about him is that was a tough shot that he took, and I knew that wasn't going to go down. But the first thing he does is understand that and go right after the offensive glass and gets it.
Willinger
puts it back in.
Check it. No, that's Brown.
That's Brown.
Brown with the points. He's got 18 now.
And once again, there was nobody playing him. And he's staying 8 feet away and gets a jump shot, uncontested jump shot for a basket.
Brown almost loses it. Van Horn picks it up. Going to be fouled or hit there, overplaying both Omari Johnson.
He had to make that call.
Yeah. Good job by Johnson, though. You got to try to do something physical to try to get back in the game. But now Joppatowne shooting 1-1. They're in the bonus from here on out.
Well, what you could have done was when the ball was up at the top, you could have got a defensive angle on him and not let him throw the ball that way unless it went through you. Then you wouldn't have had to do all the other stuff.
Well, Van Horn made that big three-point shot, Bob, right at the end of the third period. Any momentum that Edgewood was trying to build, he just sort of took the...
Yeah, that shot was flat, too. There was no spin on that ball at all. It's just a flat swish.
Now he's tried 3 shots tonight, 1 3-pointer and 2 free throws, and made them all. 66-48, it's an 18-point lead. Short on the 3-pointer. That's Omari Johnson, a 37% 3-point shooter. Van Horn finally misses a shot, but he's going to get fouled.
Look at the sportsmanship. You see the sportsmanship? Two of the Edgewood players go over to help pick them up.
That's a great thing, Bob. We talked about an arch rivalry. A lot of times you see chippiness.
Well, these kids are just playing, and they're playing basketball. Maybe no defense on the one side, but they're playing basketball. It's really enjoyable to watch.
It really is. James Van Horn, baseball soccer, 4.2 GPA student. Misses his first free throw tonight. Had made 2 in a row.
Don, let's put a shout out. The new general manager of the Cleveland Browns, Andrew Berry.
Okay.
Bel Air High School graduate.
That's right, he is. You're right. One of the Berry brothers.
Yes.
Nice reverse
2005 Sesky Grand Scholarship winner.
Isaiah Getz with the basket for Edgewood. You know, I saw that, but you're
Harvard
right.
graduate.
I had not made the connection.
Played football at Harvard.
Was he the quarterback?
Yes.
Because his brother was the running back.
Yeah, his brother went to Princeton.
Tough.
So tough family. You got the one son goes to Harvard as a quarterback. You got the other son goes to Princeton as a running back.
Edgewood with the ball. Corley, and he gets the basket to fall.
Boy, what a great foundation he must have had, or they had in their house.
Willinger fouled as he goes to the basket. You know, I don't root for the Cleveland Browns for obvious reasons, because they're still
The Cleveland
crying.
Browns.
They're still crying because they lost to the Ravens and lost the franchise to Baltimore. But, you know, now I'll have to think about rooting for at least their general manager. How about that?
Yes. And he's the youngest ever general manager in the NFL history.
How old is he?
He's 32.
Wow.
He graduated from Bel Air in 2005.
Getz. And he was a Sesky winner, overall winner.
Yes. Great student, great scholar, great athlete. He was just a great person.
Brown, Allen Brown with another 3. He's got 21 points. His team up now by 18.
I don't know how this game is going to change, but maybe off of that 3. But
Ellis with the rebound. Boy, Allen Brown has been sensational.
He and Williger and Ellis have just and Van Horn shooting.
And just like that, you jinxed it.
No, well, I let him shoot it as I said it.
Johnson. Inside it goes to Getz. Getz with a nice reverse, but can't get it to fall. Van Horn with the rebound. Well, he's played well off the bench, Bob.
He has. He's done it great. Joppatowne overall has played very well. They've got 70 points with, you know, a little less than 5 minutes left in the ball game. They've only given up 52.
Oh, great pass, but a nice interception. Taken away, and Corley had to commit the foul.
And
as Kenny Edgewood, Kenny's name is spelled E-J-E-L-O-N-A, Edgewood. And Kenny,
easy for you to say.
If I butchered that, I apologize. Kenny, just a sophomore, 6'2". Hey, Bob, think about Joppatowne. This is a 4 o'clock start game. They got out of school around, you know, 3:15 or 3 o'clock to come here. Maybe 2:45 as the ball rolls around and goes in. So this has not been an easy start for them. People don't understand that you get into routine as an athlete. You go home, get a meal, relax a bit, get the bus, come to the away game. None of that happened this time.
No.
And for Edgewood, that ball misses, but Ellis gets the rebound. Taken away, though. This is Dean. Dean stops. Looks for a man, gets him. Johnson puts it up wildly. Rebound comes off to Brown.
See, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but that's the kind of shot you can't take when you're down 19. You really have to get a shot that has a great chance of going into the basket.
Ellis with a great pick. Wild pass taken away by Edgewood. And out of bounds it goes back to Joppatowne. The other thing is, you talk about a home crowd. When you're playing a 4 o'clock game, you don't get on a Friday night, you don't get as much support in terms of a fan base. And you look around here, and this should be a full gymnasium. And you've got, you know, smattering of fans. Yeah, a nice crowd, but nothing like you would have had on an evening game.
Well, what happens is you have more of the high school students at this time because, you know, they're here. The Edgewood students are already here after the game or after school, and Joppatowne students can come over because school's over at that particular point here. But the parents You know, they're working. The adults in the community who want to see the game, they really can't see the game because it's a 4 o'clock game.
And I understand for safety reasons, having an early game, you know, you get people home before it's too dark. I understand the concept behind it. It's just a shame it has to be because, I mean, Friday night basketball is like Friday night football. It's just a happening.
Well, how can you play football? How can you play football on Friday night and not play basketball on Friday night?
I don't know. I'm not involved with the Harford County Public Schools, so I don't have a chance to.
Doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if it's a safety issue during basketball season, why isn't it a safety issue during football season?
And Bob, we've also had games this year where we played a 7 o'clock game.
Right.
You know, in an arch rival situation. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just certainly not my call to make, but it is what it is. We're playing a 4 o'clock game rather than a 7 o'clock game. And makes a difference in terms of the atmosphere.
But I give these kids credit from both teams.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, they're playing their hearts out. One's playing a little smarter than the other.
Bob, we talk about games that you'll remember 30, 40, 50 years from now. This is a game that these kids will remember because, you know, it is a neighborhood rivalry game.
Not with my memory.
No, they will, though. They're young.
They're young. They'll remember it for a while like I did.
No, you remember, yes, you remember your high school games because you've told me about them.
Only a couple.
You scored 45 points that one game.
No, I didn't. Never.
Ellis, my goodness.
Never.
He gets his rebound. Well, it becomes more as you get older.
I think my high was 19 against Haverty Grace.
But you don't remember much about it.
I know.
You were a passer. Dean cut off. Back out to Corley. It is a 21-point lead for Joppatowne. Corley driving. Can't get it to fall. Corley does get the loose ball. Nice job by Knighton to keep that ball alive.
But I couldn't tell you how I got to 19. I just tell you that's what I remember is the high. I remember a few lows.
No, I forget those. Those are Phil Powers, Dean with the shot.
I remember one pass I made from a little over half court that I was passing to a teammate that instead of hitting the teammate, I hit the scoreboard up on the wall. That's how bad the pass was.
Willinger, the right-handed layup, doesn't get it to fall. Corley. With only 2:57 and counting left, Edgewood has to make a run if they have any hope at all of getting back into it. With a 21-point deficit, Bob, I'm not sure that I can't figure how they could get back into it.
They're not going to. It's 2:52 with 21. You'd have to just hand them the ball every possession.
Now remember, Edgewood won at Joppatowne early in the season. That won't be backcourt because he hadn't touched it. 70-66. So it looks like Joppatowne is going to return the favor in spades. Missing on the three, long rebound comes off.
Sometimes with high school kids, when you go away from home and you win the first time you play, when you come back home the second time, you think, well, they couldn't beat us at their place. They sure won't beat us at our place. And so you don't get mentally ready to play. And the next thing you know, you're in a dogfight, and then you get down on yourself, and then you're in this kind of game here.
Well, you go at half. Again, you're only down by 4 at half. You had tied it at one point.
Yeah.
Hadn't taken the lead, but you had tied it. And then you come out and you get a giant dose of Kyrie Ellis, who scores 13 points in the third period alone.
And that's because you're not playing any defense, number one, and number two, you really weren't playing any offense. So it was a bad situation.
Here's Mr. Alan Brown. Alan has had a great game. He has now, 21 points. Alan, by the way, was an all-county defensive back in football.
I could believe that. He's built like a defensive back or a running back or a wide receiver. Coach Brooks thinks this game is over, Don.
Angelo Gonzalez, number 24, in the ball game for the first time.
He has now cleared the bench.
Rolls it around and gets it to fall. Now with 23 points, leading all scorers. Corley with the drive, can't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, blocked by Ellis. James Van Horn looks around and says, hey.
Foul in 24, I'm sure.
Yeah,
That's his first. He just came in, so.
Well, you got to get your name in the scorebook.
Absolutely.
Somehow, some way.
A hack's as good as anything.
Angelo Gonzalez with his first foul, and that'll send Corley to the line. Christian Corley, who comes in averaging 16 points a game, has just 7 tonight.
It's good to be back home, Don.
In Edgewood.
Be back in the gym, enjoying high school basketball in Harford County. Watching Joppatowne team play very well.
This is our final high school boys basketball game of the year that we'll be televising, so it's been a great year. Seems like it just started, and now.
Yeah, it does.
Now it's over. Corley misses on both. Brown with the rebound. Allen had 10 at the half, and now he's got 23.
Now let's see some movement out of Joppatowne here instead of standing still. There you go.
Oh, no, it doesn't fall. Gonzalez.
Oh, you should see the Joppatowne JV players in the background who are back out looking. They were all jumping and getting ready to cheer and go crazy if that thing would have gone in.
Bob, I'm going to give him 1 point. It was halfway down.
Ooh, it was down.
Oh. D now to shoot free throws.
But the Joppatowne JV players, they're in the background, and they were just cheering their hearts out for this kid.
That's so good, because here's a kid who comes out, practices every day, gives it all. Good chance to get on the floor, get on TV, get your name mentioned.
Yeah.
Willinger sits down. What a great job he had tonight.
He did an excellent job.
Taking his place is Damian Johnson.
He reminds me of a kid that played for me years ago by the name of Steve Ator.
I remember him.
Yeah, just a real nice, smooth, all-around player.
D now with 19 points. Stays at 19. Ellis with the rebound. Ellis and Brown still in the ball game among the original starters.
Yeah, that's the two that's in the ball game. Everybody else is out.
Take it away. Here comes Knighton. Knighton up left-handed. Dean went up, tried to get the jam, couldn't get it done. That's Brown. Brown hustling. You can see that defensive back mentality.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago that would have been a foul, but.
Yeah, you could see that a teammate off the bench tried to help him up, and Brown wanted nothing of it. He thought he was fouled.
Well, he probably was, but.
Here's a replay you'll see as he's coming down. The teammate tries to help him up, and Allen says, "Get out of my face now. You're just trying to help."
Well, now he took out Ellis, and, well, Brown is still in the ball game, so.
I'm sure that Allen, after the game, will come over and apologize to his teammate, but in that particular moment, he didn't want anything to do with anybody helping him. Minute 25 left in this contest. Driving, can't get it to fall. Rebound, and getting the basket. That's Edgewood's Jashawn Williams. His 4th point of the night. 20-point deficit. Brown, the only starter left in the game, and the foul is going to be called.
John wants to make sure he has his ball, at least one ball handler in there,
yeah,
with experience.
Certainly a big night for Joppatowne, a very disappointing night for Edgewood.
The score says it all. I mean, and it was a 4-point game and a half.
Double bonus for Joppatowne.
So you give Joppatowne all kinds of credit for what they've done
Brown
the second half.
First. Brown with 23 points for Brown.
Who do you think Don are men of the matches today? Who do you want to interview?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Brown gets the second one. Oh, I think Kyrie Ellis has to be one of our interviews, and Alan Brown certainly. Those two kids have just been outstanding. Looking for three, it's going to be short. Rebound into the hands of Joaquin Trent. Now with 49 seconds. Joppatowne on the way to their 11th conference win and 12th overall win of the season. Here's Gonzalez. He's going to be fouled. Now he's going to get a chance to score on the free throw line.
It's all on him now because nobody's guarding him at this point.
Angelo Gonzalez, a 5'9" junior. Just coming back off an injury is Angelo.
That was a little quick move to the basket along the baseline there.
Get in there. I'm sorry.
He didn't take the time. He flicked that.
I got to root for Angelo. Coming back off an injury and getting a chance to play.
He's got to take his time and focus and put this up, give it a chance. Get it in the air. Oh, that's better.
Oh, Angelo, I'm sorry, buddy.
Steal it.
34 seconds. Angelo says, okay, I'll get in the scorebook this way. My second foul. Bob, it has been a pleasure. I'll get to say this before we're finished working with you this year. It's just been another season. They just seem to come and go more rapidly as we get older.
Yeah, that's the other part of it. I'll have a birthday, another birthday between now and this next year.
Lord willing.
Lord willing.
Yes.
Yes.
The birthdays are much better to have than not have.
See, I have faith and hope in that I'm going to have the birthday. So.
I believe you will. 1 out of 2 converted there by Shelly Knighton. 25 seconds.
Try for the steal, but don't foul him. Get the 5-second count.
And the foul does occur.
That just prolongs the agony.
It does. Well, give Joppatowne High School all the credit in the world. They came in here tonight, played well from the beginning. Edgewood hung with them for a half, but that third period, what a blitz it was.
It was. I mean, Joppatowne just jumped on him, and Kyrie Ellis played like a man out of his mind.
Brown making the first free throw.
And Brown has played exceptionally well. Williger played exceptionally well.
25 points for Alan Brown. And make it 26. .11 seconds left in the contest. 22-point victory for the Joppatowne Mariners. And that is our final score, 78-56. The win for Joppatowne as they go now to 11-4, 12-4 overall. Edgewood falls to 7-5 in the Chesapeake and 9-6 overall. Bob, a really critical loss for Edgewood in terms of the postseason hopes, but a great win for Joppatowne.
Yeah, it's to me it's a tad disappointing from an Edgewood standpoint because they're down 4 at the half, and basically they get crushed in the third period, in the third quarter, and it's the basketball game. And you know, if you have aspirations, you got to fight for stuff. You got to, you know, take your way down and battle and not give up. And the way you do that is you defend and you rebounds, and that gives you a chance at the offensive end then to score. And that's what Joppatowne did the whole night.
Well, we'll take a break and come back with a post-game wrap-up. We'll also talk to some of the stars of the game. Don't go away. We're at Edgewood High School, where Joppatowne has won by a 78-56 final score. We're back with you at Edgewood High School, where the Joppatowne Mariners have come into their opponent's court and defeated them by a final of 78-56. Kyrie Ellis, you had in the first half 2 points. In the third period alone, you had 13 points. Tell me what the difference was.
I told myself I had to get some motivation because I wasn't feeling myself the first half. So I told myself the second half I had to be better. So
that was a 4 o'clock start. Was that part of the problem, that it was started so early?
That might be the reason. I don't know. I wasn't feeling right though. I wasn't at all. So.
Now they defeat you earlier in the season at Joppatowne. You come up here to Edgewood, you defeat them. Is that sort of revenge without a motivation?
Yeah, that's revenge because they're not supposed to beat us. We're supposed to beat them, and that's what we did.
Well, it was certainly a good game for the first half. Tell me what the difference was in that second half. How did you guys put it all together?
We had to execute on our plays and do better and run them through right, and that's what we did. So. Yeah.
Now, as a senior captain of this team, I know this has to give you a lot of pride.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Hang with me a second. I'm going to turn over and talk to the other captain of the team, Alan Brown. Alan, you had a total of 26 points tonight. You said your second high, you had 37 against Elkton. How did it feel tonight? Because you've played well throughout the game. 5 points in the first period, 5 in the second, 6 in the third, and another 10 in the fourth, the whole game long. What was the key to your effort?
Basically just intensity and energy and stay consistent, you know, because being a captain of the team, you know, I got to lead my team to a victory. So as long as I stay positive, stay in the game, stay with energy, we're going to play just like how we played tonight.
All-county defensive back as a football player, what's your favorite sport, football, basketball?
You know, everybody asks me this question. I love them both the same, you know. I've been playing football long, but it's like basketball done grew on me, and I just love it the same, you know.
So how about next year? What are you thinking about? How are you going to continue your career?
I'm making that decision next week.
Looking at this win tonight, yeah, Tyree knows, but you're not telling me. Edgewood, again, your arch rival, is that a bigger win than, say, beating someone else?
I would say it's a big win, but we still got our mindset on making it to the playoffs, beating everybody for the rest of the season. You know, I think we should have beat Grace when we had the chance. They more of a competitive team. You know, that got us playoff ready, but it is what it is. We got a great win tonight. We're just gonna move forward.
Now, I know you want to make an apology to a teammate of yours who tried to help you up being a good sport, but you weren't in a mood to be helped up at that point.
Yeah, I apologize to my teammate in the locker room. I told him I didn't want to be helped out. He still helped me. You know, it was just being a loving team. I just was kind of angry. I didn't get the foul call, but it's all good.
That's the competitor in you. Again, the victory tonight, a big one for you. You know, what's next for you, and how do you hope to end the season?
What's next is the college commitment, like I just told you. Figuring out where I want to go to college is big for me, you know, because my siblings just ain't make it to the college and sports, so it's kind of big for me being the youngest coming out. I'm the last one, and this win, it means a lot. So it just set the pace for us to win out the rest of the season.
Well, wonderful. Congratulations on a big win. Kyrie, go be with your teammates. Thank you so much.
All right,
thank you, Alan. I'll bring in my partner, Bob McCone. Bob, two fine young men, the captains of the team, senior captains. They were the ones who came and did what they had to do to pull their team to victory.
They played well tonight, both of them. I mean, Ellis just dominated inside, and Brown just went coast to coast and did what he had to do offensively. He scored, what, 26, 27?
26, yeah.
26. I mean, he just had a great basketball game. And it was an even game until the half. And in the third quarter, Kyrie Ellis blew it apart, scoring in the third quarter.
Bob, when's the last time we saw a player have three-point plays, the old-fashioned three-point plays, in one period?
Well, a long time with the way that today's game is played with all the three-point shots. You know, that doesn't happen. You're liable to see more 3 threes in a row from the three-point line than you are from the original, you know, make a basket, get fouled, and make the free throw.
78-56 the final score. Again, 26 points for Alan Brown, leading all scores, 17 for Kyrie Ellis, 11 each for Trey Willinger and also for Khalid Stewart. Check that from Riyad Carter, who had those three-point shots there, 3 of them in the first half that helped make the difference there. For Edgewood, a young man who we were impressed with, Travis Dean, had a total of 19 points. Travis had a great first half.
Travis played a great first half, you know, and then second half he was in and out. They took him in and out, and without him on the floor playing defense against Ellis, you know, Ellis just had a free hand and just dominated. Yeah. Just too big, too strong for the guys playing him.
Arch rivals, and again, we talk about remembering this game. I am sure, especially the Joppatowne players, 30 years from now, they'll know everything about this game they had at Edgewood High School, defeating their arch rivals on TV.
Yes, they will. I won't, but they will.
Well, again, thank you all so much for tuning in. My partner, Bob McCone, Don Morrison. Been a pleasure with high school boys basketball. We still have wrestling and girls basketball left, but Bob, our last game this year together. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
It's been great. We'll see the fans on the television and the internet and everything else next year.
We will do that. Thank you again for tuning in. Our final score, Joppatowne 78, Edgewood 56. The Mariners win their 11th game of the season. Again, good night, everyone.